get one deep. Oh, there's a fish. There we go. Right off the bat, we got a rockfish, so. Oh, yeah. What's good, what's good? It's your boy DJ Dunks out here, and today I'm heading a little south of Half Moon Bay. Been coming here since I've been a kid. There's a lot of low tide rock fishing out here. I plan on getting out on some rocks. There's a bunch of different spots you can go to. Just come out here, explore, use Google Maps. You know, you can see where all the big stuff is at least. Some good rockfish, cabezone, some vermilions even. You never know. Eel, you know, all that coastal stuff is out here. Been coming out here for a long time. I used to come out and just use bait, squid and shrimp, but today I'm gonna throw some jigs. I might harvest some mussels. You can legally do that. You know, with your fishing license, you gotta do it with your hands. You gotta harvest them with your hands, all that stuff. But we'll get out there. It's a little sprinkly right now. It's about to be low tide. The waves shouldn't be too big. I was supposed to come out here a couple days ago. I like to post my videos on Friday. I was gonna come out here Wednesday, edit the video, post it on Friday, but I woke up Wednesday morning to that tsunami warning. And even though it wasn't that big, they tell you, they made a big deal out of it because they're trying to warn people like me that plan on going out on these low tide rocks. Anything significant, you know, a foot or two higher than what it says it's gonna be, that'll just sweep you out, and I don't even want to think about that. The ocean's pretty dangerous. But yeah, you know how that goes. So I'm out here today. I'm a little behind schedule, but we'll get out there, throw some jigs, maybe put some mussel on a high-low rig because I don't got no bait with me. Hopefully this rain subsides a little bit, but we'll get out there. Yeah. Ooh, there's some good rocks out there. Might hit that. Might hit that on the way back if I don't get nothing out here. But let's get it. Yeah, man, look at all these rocks out here. It's a little moshy right now, but all this stuff here, it's a lot of rockfish, eel, you know, all that kind of stuff is out here. Getting excited. Man, I haven't been to this spot in a long time, but if you can figure out where I'm at, this is a cool little turnoff with a little dirt parking here. Goes straight out to the coast here. And I haven't been here in a long time. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully it's not too crazy down there. And I'm excited to catch some fish. Yeah, let's get out there. Kind of in a hurry this morning. I kind of just came here. Don't really know what I'm doing. Threw everything together. I think I'll leave all these jerk baits. I don't really need these things. Rattle traps, don't need any of that stuff. Guess I'll bring a bell. Sabiki rigs. These hooks might be good to take just in case. I got a ton of hooks, but those are pretty gnarly. I mean, I don't have squid. I would love to hook up some squid on that. Anything I harvest out here is not going to be very sizable for those hooks. Got a stringer, which I got a bucket. Make sure I have my fluorocarbon test. Only 20 pound once again, but it should be alright. I get worried one of these days I'm going to catch a fat ass lingcod and I'm not going to be able to get it in. And I'm just going to hope that I can pull it up and hope those teeth don't cut the line. Alright, let's see. This other bag here, this has all my jig heads, more swim baits, some extra mono just in case. A bunch of hammer tails. Some grubs, jig heads. This thing's pretty cool. I've never had to use it luckily, but this is I think I got it from West Marine. But if you ever drop something like keys into a rock, or if you want to attach it to a bell and call your servant. But yeah, to retrieve any keys, something that falls in a crack. Luckily I've never had to use it, but I always bring this thing because you never know. Of course I got my other little swim bait accessories here, my swivels, quick snap, little swivel clamp things, swim baits, all these other little jig heads. Always keep that thing on me. And I got this here that has, I don't know, I got some magic string in there. Everything else is really jerk baits, but I'm just gonna take it. I'll take it. I have a bad habit of just taking everything, figuring it out there. I like to have everything I need there, even if I'm not gonna use it. Water bottle, of course. Net. I don't know if this net, it's only a couple feet long. It's not really gonna do much out here on the rocks. Kind of put me in more danger than it will help me trying to get a fish. I think anything I catch, I'm just gonna try to swing it up. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I don't get anything too big, because that'll be the day that I learned that I need something better than that little net. That's like my little striper net I use when I'm out wading in the bay. Then I got this pole here. This is what I set up in that last video when I showed you guys how to rig up a high-low rig. So I'll bring this out here along with my other pole that I'm gonna throw jigs off of. Ooh, right here. Don't want to forget this guy. Always got to have some kind of measure on you. One of these silver ones on here. So I'll start with that. If nothing's hidden, I'll throw on the brown. If nothing's hidden that, then I'll just switch to this little grub and go for anything smaller that's out there. All right, let's get out there. Right here, beware of dog. No trespassing. Today's low tide is still only, it's really high actually. Today's low tide is over 2 feet. I don't get service out here with weak T-Mobile. They're supposed to roll out with that Starlink for T-Mobile. I actually got to check in on that. That should have been out at the end of July. But here we go. You just always got to remember when you come out here not to get too excited, because there's a lot of dangers. There's a lot of places you can fall. It's a lot of water to fall into. I actually have a good friend of mine who taught me how to do a lot of this fishing here. Shout out Jim. Good friend of mine. He actually fell in here one time, and I think he was by himself. I wasn't here with him, and you can only imagine the time he had getting out of this. I'm already slipping, but yeah, he slipped. These things are really slippery. These round rocks, super slippery. And look at this mosh. He just fell right up. Oh, and out here I have no service. I'm by myself, so I have to be very careful when you're coming out here alone. And this is why I didn't come out when there was a tsunami warning, of course. So we got this whole area here. It's about to be low tide, like I said. All this talk about falling in got me a little spooked now, but not new to this. Look at this shelf, should be good. I think we got another hour of tide going down. Shouldn't have to worry too much about waves. So I'll probably just sneak down here, throw lures all up in this business. Look at this. This looks really good. So I probably won't even set up my other pole for now. I'll probably just jig around, set up my cameras, try not to eat shit. All right. Yeah, look at this. This looks good. All right, let's get set up. Just in case you guys were ever wondering what I look like out here when I'm carrying all my stuff, this is all the gear I pretty much carry on a regular basis when I come out here. I got my bucket, 2 poles, got my net, got my front bag. I keep all my camera gear in here. I keep all my fishing gear in my backpack. This thing, of course, you've seen it in all my other videos. This is waterproof at the bottom. I mean, the whole thing is actually waterproof. But when I'm out in the bay wading in the water, I can wear this and it can dip down in here. It's rainproof. It's got that little seal on top of the bag there. But you know, sometimes like on that jetty, man, I'm walking out there long distances, and when I catch a bunch of fish and fill up that bucket, man, it doesn't make it any easier when I'm coming back to the car. But yeah, let's get set up. Let's do it. All right. So right off the bat here, this is what's on my pole already. No live bait needed. Right here, the silver whatever one, clear one, whatever you want to call it. I like the brown one better, but since this is what's on my pole, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this wet. I haven't been out here in 8 to 10 years, so I'm not really sure where all these snags are in here. It looks pretty open, but obviously there's boulders and stuff in here, so I expect to lose a little bit of gear as I'm going. See that lure under the water there. Just gonna get my line wet a little bit. So when I first come out here, what I'm gonna do first, definitely watch these waves. Look at that, these big guys rolling in right now. I'm gonna hit this shelf here first. I'm gonna stay away from the edge, but I'm gonna work this bank or this this wall here and just crank it in. And I might be able to pull something right off the bat like that. You can even hit it this way. Yeah, these rocks, they're super round, super slippery. I got some really old, these are non-slip shoes, but I don't know how non-slip they are now. I've had them for a long time. But I'm gonna start shallow here. Just bounce it at the end. You can find out how deep this water is first. Just drop it down like that. Let it drop, 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 drop. And that's where it's at. It's sitting on the bottom here. I can pull it up. See how deep that is. And I'm able to pull it all the way out. So it's probably only about 5 feet right here out in front of me. I want to be a little deeper than this. Might get one out all the way out there. And I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit to start. I'm gonna let it go all the way down to the bottom, because that's where I want it to be to catch these rockfish. And if I snag, I snag. But you definitely want to work the bottom. It's nice that I don't see any kelp here right now, because that kelp will get you. That's pesky stuff. That'll snag you all day long if you got a bunch of kelp around. This looks really good. I honestly wish I brought some squid to just cast it right out into the middle here, because because tide's about to come up and some fish might be coming in with it. Let's get one all the way out there. Get that spool wet. This is why I wanted to re-spool too. That's getting really low. I don't really got to worry too much about anything spooling me out here on the coast, unless I get a random striped bass or something like that. Pretty much anything else from here, I should be able to manhandle it in. That felt like a little snag for a minute. Turn my camera a little bit more. See these rocks up in here? Trying to avoid losing gear right off the bat, but eventually after a few casts here I'm gonna want to start getting dirty, getting close and into the nitty-gritty with this with these rocks. That's where a lot of fish are going to be hiding, especially these rockfish, lingcod. No matter what you do out here, you always want to be watching the incoming waves. Damn, rock's getting hammered over there. Let's get one deep. And this water is getting pretty close to the edge, so anything I do get, I should be able to use these waves to just hopefully easily swing it up here with oh, there's a fish. There we go. Right off the bat we got a rockfish. So I said in my last video that there was a limit on these things, but I was looking at Southern California. Up here in the north there's no limit. I might keep this one just so I can get going, but this is a good sign. If this fish right here is out in the middle, there's schools of them usually. It's not usually just one or two. This usually means that there's a bunch of them out there, so that's a very good sign. So I'm going to keep casting out in the middle, jigging it. Honestly, I kind of want to throw on that brown, no live bait needed rig, because that's what I killed it on that day. But yeah, let's handle this guy. So I cut the gills on this guy. It's nice to have a rope here so you can throw your bucket in the water. These pools are probably not the cleanest things, so I don't really want to leave the fish. I'm trying to think of how I can get some water here. It's gonna be hard to do. I might just leave the fish there. All right, one on the board. All right, let's get back out there. I'm gonna cast right into the middle. Let that sink down. And once I feel like it's all the way down there, I'm just gonna go ahead and that shit landed right on a rock. Oh man. Coming over here, it's not the safest thing, but everything's pretty dry. I'm just gonna have to really watch. I'm gonna try to get behind this rock here. Should honestly be starting over here just because I can right now. And after this, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even pop this off. This line is so strong. The knot is so strong. It's gonna cut my hand before I get it off. Oh, I got it. See what kind of damage I did to this hook. Probably bent it. Yeah. So I'm gonna come back and I'm I'm just gonna put a whole new rig on. And those knots I tied are really strong. This is why I should have gloves or something. Look at what it did to my hand trying to pull that off. Like if I went any harder, it might have just cut into my skin. That's pretty gnarly. Braid will really mess you up if you let it. Just be very careful with that. All right, so I got a couple more of these that I already used before in my bag, but this is gonna be the last brown one that I have that's physically untouched. I'm really not a fan of having those 4 eyes on here, eyes on the jig head and eyes on the bait, but whatever, seems to be working fine. We're gonna go to here, just about there. Let's get this thing through here. And we'll go to just about there. Pop that guy on. I'll squeeze the top where these little barb things underneath the jig are, just to get that locked in there really nice. I'll go ahead and I'm still gonna save this. Maybe I'll bend it back, keep it in here just for a dire situation. But we'll go ahead and pop this on. Just like that. That's why I like the quick snaps. And there we go, we're ready to go. Let's get back out there. And while we can, I'm gonna move out. I was back over there. I'm gonna move to the front. You don't want to get too excited, but while we can, before the tide gets up, I'm gonna fish as far out as I can. But you got to be really careful out here. The ocean doesn't care about your life. These waves are starting to get pretty big. Look at this thing rolling in. You know what? I don't trust this. And this just looks like a bad idea all around. So I'm gonna come back here, set up shop this way, because I do not trust the ocean. Man, my hand hurts from that braid. Just do the same thing I do out on the jetty. Taking the slack line, slow pull. Taking the slack line, slow pull. Do these waves, and then you got this thing here where I really got to watch out. A wave hits this at the right angle and I'm standing right in front of it. It's gonna blast all up in my face. Some seaweed, I believe. That off there. Put another one out in the middle. You gotta picture what's going on under this water here. Water's pushing in this way, so if I'm casting out in the middle here and it happens to go in front of a rock and the water pushes it behind the rock, it's gonna wrap that rock right around. So that's what I worry about if I'm casting straight through the middle. If you feel any kind of rocks bumping, not bites, rocks, it feels like you're bouncing off the rocks, you want to get high real quick and get out of that. Then let it drop back down once you get away from it. Almost got snagged there. It's exactly what I'm talking about. You start feeling something, get it out of there while you get the chance. You see I got some greens on that one. And I can only wonder what some squid would be doing out here right now. It's a lot of room to cast. Oh, there's a fish. That one feels a little bigger. Feels kind of delicate. Hopefully a nice wave comes up and I can land this thing right here. Gonna have to wait for the next wave. Hopefully it doesn't get caught up in the shelf here. There we are. I think this one here is grass rock. Either that or copper. But there we go, there's another one. Let's go measure this thing. So this one here, not even stretching it out, it's gonna be 12 without even stretching it. So it's probably 12.5. Out here in Pescadero, there's no minimum size limit for all rockfish. But there is sub bag limits. You can keep 10 rockfish in combination of all other rockfish, but there's a couple things like a copper rockfish, you can only have one, I believe one, and vermilion, I think you can only have 2. The greenlings, you can keep 10 of those as well in combination of other rockfish, but there's no size limit. This, I think this is a grass rockfish. No matter what, I can keep it. I'm just not sure if I'm only allowed to have one of these or more. I don't think this is a copper. I think this is a grass rockfish. But just to be safe, I don't think I'm gonna, if I catch any more of these, I don't think I'm gonna keep any more. Because I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive this is a grass and not a copper. I think the copper is more of a lighter color. Like the rest of it would be more of this color here. But I have no service out here and I can't check. All I have is my my PDF in my phone of regulations, but I can't look at pictures of fish. It tries to take me to the internet when I click on a species of fish and I don't have internet. So that's why, once again, it's always important to know your regulations, because now I'm stuck here and I'm only going to be able to keep one of these, and I'm pretty sure I can keep 10 of them, but I can't mess up, so whatever. Hopefully I don't catch a bunch more of these. There you go. But also my line broke, but I'm gonna have to re-spool my line. Luckily I brought that new braid out. I don't really want to take everything off, so I might show you guys how to do a uni knot, a double uni knot, which will tie the braid that's left on my spool to the new braid, and then I'll just reel that all on top of my old braid, and I'll put enough to where it probably shouldn't affect it. It probably won't, a fish won't run out on me and get to the point to where the spot where I connect the two braids. But I have some good braid on here still. I don't want to waste it. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to do a double uni. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this, because once again, I have no internet. So I can't double check. I haven't done this in a long time. But I went and I strung what I have left of this braid down here. And I'm gonna use this white bag. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy and this little yellow jacket doesn't bite me. Oh, come on. All right, so you get your one end of the line that's already on your spool. You get your other stuff. You put them like this, straight across from each other. Look at that. You can see it pretty good there, hopefully. And then, oh, what do? You wrap it like this. You grab it. You grab it. You do a double, I think it's a double loop, like this. And then you pull that straight. And then you have that right there. Don't pull it because it's going to slide off. You just want to tighten it. You don't even need to tighten it too much, because when you do this next one, it's going to tighten with each other. So you're gonna do the same thing. Grab this other tag end, grab it here, wrap it around, tie it twice, double overhand around everything here. 1, 2, pull that tight. Now you have these 2 knots, and then when you pull these 2 ends, they're gonna touch like that, and then they're gonna tighten together, like just like that. Should, if I did it right, it should be really strong, shouldn't come undone. Look, I'm pulling probably like at least 20 pounds of force there. Anything more, look at that, I'm pulling pretty hard. Then you're gonna go ahead and cut these tag ends off. Basically these 2 knots run into each other, and then they can't go anywhere else except for tighten up against each other. Then you're gonna cut these tag ends off just like that, and you should have that right there. Now gonna hold this here, make sure it's nice and tight going up against my thing. So the uni knot, it's already in there. I'm gonna leave this flat so it doesn't flop around, and I'm just gonna reel that in just like that. And I'm gonna put enough spool on here that hopefully it will never even have to get to that uni knot. But if it does, that's gonna be our last line of defense. Should hold, it's pretty strong, it's braid, it's a proven knot. You can use this knot to tie mono to braid. You can basically, you can make a leader line really. Instead of using a swivel like I use, you can do a uni knot. I think that's somehow some people do it. But either way, it's a really good knot to know. If you're running out of line, and you only got like half a spool left, not enough to make a full spool, but you still have some stuff left, do a uni knot. And so now, since I did this uni knot, I have a full spool here, and I have enough to do a 0 to 100% spool left on there. So I'm not halving out my spools to where I can't do a brand new reel or something like that. And just like that, this is going to be a little loose on here, but after a couple casts it's going to tighten up. It's not going to be so thick. So we'll get this out here, we'll re-rig this with a leader line. I won't show that part because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do that by now. And we'll get back out there. All right, waves are getting a little bigger, current's getting faster, more rough. I'm gonna throw one of these on here. I think this is 3/4 ounce. Pop that bad boy on there, that should do the trick. It's getting a little bit later in the day. What time is it right now? It's only 11:14, so we're about an hour or so into a tide going up. So before, when you get a snag, before you start snagging it even more, do a couple of light pops at first to try to get it off, but then you can move to the other side. Move to the other side, watch out for waves, tighten your drag, and pull the other way. Just like that. Make sure your hook isn't bent. Get any greens. Here comes some waves, you gotta be careful. Caught on to something. Came off. Need to check that. Did I lose something here? What did I lose? You know what? That might have just been a big fish. Look at that. So I threw another one of these on. I don't know what that was. That was weird that I took the tail and a chunk off of this. That's really weird. That makes me feel like a fish grabbed it here, popped off the hook and ripped this piece off, and then on its way out ripped this off. That could have been a lingcod or something, but who knows? Could just be using my imagination, but that was really weird. I didn't feel any shaking. I did feel that it wasn't stuck on a rock because I was pulling it in slowly. It kind of felt like it was threading a piece of kelp, but I haven't really felt too much kelp today. But anyway, I'm gonna throw this in here because these got these little pockets. I don't see why not. I'm just gonna juice it up. I don't think it's gonna hurt. I'll put it all over it too. I don't even care. You know me. I mess with that Procure. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna cast it out to the same area. Straight out that way. And then I'm just gonna tighten my drag a little bit here. Then I'm just gonna drag this. Oh, no way. Don't do that to me right. Oh no, come on. Don't do that. It dropped right down onto a rock. Now I'm just out here losing gear. Able to pop that off, save my line, but I'm gonna have to re-rig that now. Yeah, that's a bummer. I was really ready for that. I'm really messing up my hands too. Man, look at these yellow jackets. They're just going after that fish blood. They are grubbing that. Look at that. Alright, so it's been a while since I got a bite. Lost a lot of gear. I'm gonna start packing my stuff up, and I might try somewhere else. If I see something on the way out, I might stop somewhere on the way home, but I'm not too sure yet. But all in all, I've caught 2 so far. Unfortunately, it was in the beginning, and then I haven't gotten anything. So it makes me feel like there's not a lot of fish in here right now. I really like going over there to that side, all the way around there, but it's just not very accessible. There used to be a spot where I can park on the side of the highway, but that spot has changed, to say the least. Looks like they're selling the lot, and I don't want to park in that little spot next to the lot for sale sign. I don't want anything weird to happen to my vehicle or get a ticket. The only other way is to scale these little cliffs here and kind of walk on people's property, which is, you know, not the greatest thing either. And it's just not too safe right now. So I'll figure it out. I'm gonna pack all my stuff up first of all and take it from there. So I had to just come over to this other side here, see what it looks like. I see this big pole here. I need to come out here with a poke pole. I should have just brought something. I guarantee I'd be able to do, like, look at that crack right there. Guarantee I can get something. It might be small, but if I had a poke pole and some squid. Let's head over here. Let's just quickly see what's going on here. This stuff should be all right there. Look at this over here. This whole thing I did not touch. I'm gonna throw my bags down real quick, get situated. We're gonna cast some stuff out here for a minute. waves are pretty big here. Kind of sketch. Nothing yet that's gonna suck me out, but it'll get me wet. I don't think these waves are gonna be too good for any fish around here. If anything, I'd want to get, if anything, I'd want to get something real heavy on and get it all the way out there. It's kind of sketch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to not be over here. Little blue belly. What are you doing, guy? Bye, have a good day. Oh man. So all in all, alright, so all in all, it's an alright trip. Right off the bat, started catching fish. Just kind of a bummer that it started so strong and then there was just nothing after that. We got like a little, probably like a 10-inch black rockfish, and then we got this grass, I believe this is a grass rockfish. This one was a little over 12. No size limits on those. I'm gonna keep them, have a little bit of dinner, I'll cook them up. Tonight, it's my day off. I'm gonna go home, clean a little bit, maybe make some fish tacos or something, scrounge something up. But yeah, I wanna come back out here with some squid. You see those tide pools at the end when I was checking them out. Low tide today was like 2-point-something feet, so it was really high. So you can only imagine if you come out there when it's like, I don't know, a negative tide, that'd be really cool to come out there with a poke pole and really get out there. Always got to be careful of the waves and all that, but all in all, it was pretty good. We'll come out here maybe on my next day off. I'll be more prepared, be ready. I'll bring some bait or something so we can do some other stuff rather than jig. But yeah, stay tuned, we'll get back out. Yee.